What's up guys, I'm Allie, this is Treat Your Shelf, and today is going to be a video about a book outlet book haul. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm really missing my bookstore. I miss going there, just having a peaceful visit. So with that being said, I started buying books off of Book Outlet. What is Book Outlet? Book Outlet is a website where they sell overstocked books at a ridiculously low price. And right now I think there's like 15% off going on, so I definitely would check it out. But this is just going to be a haul that I actually ordered this about like 3 weeks ago and they just came in, so I'm excited to show you guys what I got and the different low prices that I got them at. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so I got 9 books in total. It was about $38, I think, and I got free shipping because there's free shipping over $35, so that's a major plus. But I will have the price of each book up here somewhere when I show you guys, and then I will have the link below so that you can check out Book Outlet yourself. The first book that I got is called The Ruin by Dervla McTiernan, and it is about this guy who drowns in a river, and they think it's a suicide attempt, but then his sister comes back into town and like suspects foul play for some reason, and then there's also an investigation that's happening at the same time where they think the sister was involved in like their mother's death. So this is kind of one of the novels where like nothing is as it seems, and that totally grabs my attention every single time I read a description like that. So I'm really excited to read this book because I know I'll be surprised. And then the second book is The Dictionary of Animal Languages by Heidi Sapinka, and it's about this 90-year-old artist, and it's kind of like she's just reflecting on her life. She's a widow and an empty nester, kind of lonely, when she gets this letter in the mail from her granddaughter, supposedly in New York, and she doesn't know that she has a granddaughter. And then also at the same time, it goes back to when she was like an aspiring artist in Paris and all that stuff. So it's kind of like 2 different time frames being told, and I really like stories like that. So the third one that I got is called The Child by Fiona Barton, and she wrote The Widow, and I love The Widow. Like, I own that book as well, so definitely check that out if you're interested in this one. But this one is about a house in London is demolished, and there is like human remains found. And so this journalist is kind of seeking the story for that, and she actually finds out that there was like a missing infant decades earlier who like got stolen from the maternity ward, and so it's just like a telling of that and how she discovers like basically the town secrets, and it goes really into depth. And I love Fiona Barton's writing, so I'm sure this is going to be a great book as well. And then the third one is Black Chalk, and it's about a group of 6 students from Oxford, and they have been like playing this game. It's 1 game, 6 students, 5 survivors. So obviously 1 is gonna die, I think. And so they have been like playing this, and then 14 years later, they all come back for 1 final round, and like crazy stuff happens apparently, so I'm excited for this. This is kind of like the typical like truth or dare gone wrong game kind of thing, so I'm really excited to read it. And then my next one is called The Mars Room by Rachel Kushner, and this is about a girl named Romy, and she is in prison in California. I don't really know what she's done. I don't think that it says it in the description, but it's basically just like a telling of her experiences there and how her life is obviously completely changed and her new normal is happening right now, and it's just telling of that. The next book I have is called Ohio by Stephen Markley, and it is about 4 former best friends who all went to high school together, and they just come back for a reunion in Ohio and kind of just talk about their stories. I think that one ended up being like a drug addict, the other one is a med student, the third one is like a former popular girl. And then the last one is a veteran. And so it's just kind of their stories and how they all are reconnecting. And it all takes place in one night. And then the next one is called The Done Thing by Tracy Manaster. This is probably the next one that I'm going to read from all of these. And it is about this woman who is a widow, and she kind of just like as an unexpected birthday present or something, she gets a letter in the mail from this guy who named Clarence, who is in jail and who actually killed her sister. And so through some kind of strange series of events, she ends up like writing him and pretending that she's like a 20-year-old and is like being flirtatious and stuff, and it's kind of just like the ultimate story of revenge. And then at the end she kind of like talks about how she doesn't know if this is the right decision or not. So I'm actually very interested in this story's plot because you don't really hear a lot about stuff like that. So I think it'll be a good read. So the next one is called Find Her by Lisa Gardner, and I love Lisa Gardner. I just read one of her books called Right Behind You. That will be in my April wrap-up video if you want to check that out. But this one is about a girl who goes missing for over a year and then somehow escapes her kidnapper, and she starts trying to acclimate herself back into her normal routine before she was kidnapped. She actually goes missing again. So this is the detective series about how she goes missing again and they're trying to find her. And then my last book I'm super excited for because it is a Ruth Ware book, and it's called The Lying Game. It's about these friends who used to play this game called The Lying Game, where they would lie to other people, like their teachers and stuff, to try to get away with it, but their one rule is to never lie to each other. So that is all the books that I have for you guys, and I can't wait to see you in my next video, and so I will see you next week.